A little bonus video because this car is so cool and so special and so strange that I didn't think we'd be able to cover everything in the one take. So this is Steven. So Steven has built a Mustang, okay? You know, all right, you got a track number, clearly a track car, got some big 275 tires on here. So it just looks like a built Mustang, right? But it's not, because you come over here and then you start to see a big heat extractor. You see some tubing. You see a front mount. And you go, all right, he's got a turbo V8. Yeah. No, he doesn't. So what we want to do is talk about this. So that's a 2JZ. You imported the engine from Japan, but then you modified it to be US spec, and the big thing is it's bar legal.
Yep.
Bar legal. That means it's legal to drive in California. You can get pulled over. You get a certificate that it's smog legal in California. It's been certified by the Bureau of Auto Repair. Very difficult to do. Most cars you see on the road with an engine swap, I would bet, in California are not bar legal because it's really hard. You have to get all the emissions equipment from the stock engine on there. And sometimes it doesn't fit. What's up, everybody? So, take us through, like, did you have to change the firewall at all? Like, how was fitment?
Fitment, it fit perfectly. The firewall is unchanged. The only thing I did was I had to notch the oil pan a little bit for the steering rack, and I also adapted motor mounts from the 5-liter 302 motor to the 2JZ.
Okay.
Rear Crossmember is a T56 swap Crossmember, and it pretty much lined up, bolted on for the rear motor mount, rear trans mount.
And because the trans you went with the Getrag from the Supra,
yes.
Right? Or
The
that
V160.
normally meant the V160,
Yes.
which is what the Supra came with, and it's what the 2JZ knows.
Yeah.
And it's a great transmission. I mean, super durable, great shift action. I just drove it, watched the video. Really, really great. So, what on here did you have to change to make it bar legal? Like, that's what I'm really curious about.
To make it bar legal, I had to add EGR. So this is an EGR valve back here. I had to change the intake manifold and the injectors to the US spec, and the turbo setup from the US from JDM
to US.
Yes.
Okay, because it's sequential twin, right? So it's stock 2JZ.
Spaghetti of vacuum lines.
Dude, that is a lot of spaghetti.
Yeah.
That is Olive Garden, share with a family spaghetti. I mean, I don't know what any of this stuff does. I know how to, I can take things apart and put them back if I have the picture, but this is terrifying. I mean, my car is, 8 years newer than this engine, and yours has way more lines going on. But, it's a more complicated engine, of course. Yeah. Super durable, 2J, obviously. Everybody knows how good those are. You can see back here, I mean, it's a tight fit. You don't have to hammer out the firewall, which is cool.
Yep.
You don't have to cut anything. And, I mean, how's the weight balance? Like, it felt really good in the drive.
Weight balance is 54-46.
Okay, so not terrible.
Not terrible.
Good for oversteer.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it's like right above the front axle. Well, yeah, it's not quite Audi,
Yeah,
but
not
it's
quite Audi.
If the axle line is here, there's a lot of engine in front of it. I guess the transmission being set back kind of helps that a lot, right? So in the back, tell us about the rear end, because what did you do back here? I know we can't see much of it.
I swapped to independent rear suspension for it, so it's out of an 03 Cobra, and then I redid all the diff bushings and subframe mounts all to Delrin. So
okay,
yeah,
that's why it felt as good as didn't feel too firm, but once we got on the bumpy road, you could feel like everything felt tight, but we were noticing the road we were going over.
Right.
I really dig the heat wrap on the exhaust.
Since it's going so close to the gas tank, I just wrapped it so it keeps it.
So it doesn't explode.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it doesn't explode. I mean, there is not a lot of room down here.
Yeah, there's dual 3.
I love the dual 3-inch. I love that it's kind of in the Mustang style. The slash cut, and it looks like a Mustang GT exhaust. And you didn't do the single exhaust, which is what kind of people would expect. You gotta love the TRD badge. And then, I don't know, one of my favorite things about this car is you come around and you're like, all right, this is gonna have, Kirky seats and stuff, and it's like a Mustang interior. You've had this car since
Since 2006, so
Okay.
about 12, 13 years.
So you've had it 12 years, and it came out in '94. I mean, it was red before you wrapped it. I think it looks good, and the interior looks like it. They haven't. No one's freshened it or changed anything from new.
Oh no.
Like it's, you know, I mean, look at the wheel. The wheel's got the hand juice on it that I talked about in All Cars Go to Heaven. The seat's all the way forward, and as far as like the electric seat motor's broken. Like the interior is a 14-year-old interior, and then but everything around it works so good and feels new and tight and great, and reliable enough that you take it on the road course.
Oh yeah.
It's
Drive
awesome.
to the road course, drive back.
That's awesome. What are your plans for this car?
Just continue building it. There's gonna be probably do a half cage in it, and then some seats, and do a wide body.
Cool.
Try and fit 315 square.
Oh man! All right. Well, it'll carry even more speed than it does now, and it feels really, really good. And then maybe it'll be ready for like a small power mod, only if you want it though. It feels really, really stout and smooth. All right, so that's a little background on this really awesome, well done 2JZ Mustang GT. When he emailed me, the answer was yes, of course, you have to drive it. So check out the one take. The link will be up in the description of this video, which will go out when the video goes out. And thank you guys for checking it out. This thing's awesome, and it sounds amazing.